This has been a long time coming, but finally I'm here to release part 2 of Paige's Lessons Manifestation season, wrapping up. And it's just a really good episode to complete 2024. And I really took my time with this. I collected all of the data from every guest on this season. And what I'm going to do today is I just made a whole list to repeat their takeaways. That way, this episode is just to the punch. Boom, boom, boom. Here you go. Here are all the life hacks to manifest your dream lifestyle. Every single guest, which I do encourage you to go back and to the season and listen to all of their really pearls of wisdom here. But after every single guest, at the end, I ask them, hey, do you have a takeaway for the audience? Do you have a technique or some homework for the audience so they can work on it after they listen to the episode? Some are a little more tangible, some are more just awareness methods to think about. But I'm going to right now repeat their beautiful nuggets of wisdom here. So the first we're going to get started is talking about get playful with your manifestations. This means that instead of manifesting something that might seem pretty big scale, start being playful with something that maybe isn't as high stakes. For example, I really want this dress. I don't know how it's going to happen, but maybe I'll get a crazy discount. Make the manifestation fun. I think this is really great practice when you're just playing with manifestation right now, if this is like a new thing for you. And release any of that heaviness or deep meaning or attachment to the manifestation, to the desire. Because if you don't get it, then you don't get it. So this dress, for example, which is actually really relevant that she used this guest used this example because this literally happened to me this week, is I was actually trying to find a birthday dress this week to celebrate my birthday and have a birthday dinner. And I didn't have anything to wear. So in my head, I was just like, I don't even know what this dress looks like, but I want to feel confident and sexy. I want to manifest this dress. And even though I went on the hunt and I went around different stores trying things on, I did eventually find it. So I had it in my mind's eye that I will have an awesome birthday dress. And I was open to the possibilities. And along with buying that dress, even though I didn't get a crazy discount or anything like that, I actually made a connection. The woman that sold the dress to me, we ended up having a conversation about yoga, and I did a little self-promotion because she lives in Laguna Beach as well. So I was able to kind of promote the classes that I teach. So with that birthday dress, I also gained a number, and I gained a fellow peer that is interested in connecting with me about yoga. So it's just beautiful how the universe works in your favor. And along with getting playful with your manifestations, I would also just recite some things that are super easy mantras, like, I always get free stuff. I am spoiled. People love to spoil me. People love to give me gifts out of the kindness of their heart. Or money flows easily to me. When you recite this over and over and over and over, like you just wake up every day and you're, again, not attached to that, but it's just a belief. Trust me, it really works, especially if you just say, I always get free stuff. You will get really random free things. I get free food a lot, and when I was in yoga teacher training recently, I was trying to manifest free car rides instead of constantly take the Uber to my training. And I did. My peers ended up driving me everywhere, which was really amazing. So free car rides, free food, just free gifts, free things. It's really cool. So I encourage you in this tip to get playful, something that isn't high stakes with your manifestation, just to start that practice. The next tip and life hack that I want to share with you is visualization meditations. And so visualization is really important with manifestation because if you can see it in your mind's eye, it already exists. So pick a snippet of happiness or success or fulfillment and picture maybe like a 5-second reel, just like you see on TikTok or Instagram, just little tiny clips of a 5-second. What would happiness look like to you? What is that visualization? And just play that tape over and over in your head. That's why it's really important to go on Pinterest and have vision boards or, old school looking at magazines. Instagram and social media can actually help in your favor. Instead of looking at these lives that people live and be jealous, think of like, oh, the universe gives me space, like that. I have space in this world too. Like everyone can be happy. Everyone can have that. There's no need to be jealous because anyone can have this dream lifestyle that they wish and create. It's not just for the selected few. So visualization and then meditations as well, whether you log on to Insight Timer. I have a few visualizations that I'll put in the show notes for you that I've made that you can really tune into your dream lifestyle. You can listen to that. You can also go on YouTube and just type like dream lifestyle manifestation or meditations and things like that. So get really clear on, focus on a feeling and then what could be like a 5-second video that you play over and over in your head. The next tip is affirmations. This is a great life hack because in an affirmation, this is totally up to you of what do you want to say as a mantra, as a statement, but you really have to feel it and it has to work for you. You can't just say like, I win the lotto, I win the lotto. And if you say that and there's some resistance, then that's probably not the right affirmation for you. And so I want to challenge you when you write these affirmations is like, how cool would it be if this happened? So kind of framing it, rewrite the affirmation like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's like you're scripting. You're talking about it like as if like you called up your best friend and you're like, oh my God, this happened. I can't believe it, but it actually came true. Like finally, like really be delusional and like get in that state of, oh, this is so cool. I love this. And it brings you in a vibration because you're talking about it as if it already happened. So with your affirmations, make sure that there isn't any resistance when you write it down, when you say it out loud. Really feel it and come at it with an attitude of, oh, this would be so cool if this happened. The next life hack tip from one of our guests talked about get into the feeling of having it, right? Oh, this is so amazing. Telling people like if you have a business and you really like want it to be successful, or you're in a career right now, like maybe you just got a promotion, you really have to start telling people, I have a successful business. I have a great job. Because maybe you don't have a great job and you want a great job, right? You're going to have to start believing that it's true. And along with this, a really helpful tip is take 90 seconds out of your day to really think about your life. Now, you could set a timer on your phone. Maybe it's the last 10 minutes before you close your laptop the end of the day, or maybe it's the start of your morning while you're drinking your cup of coffee. Take 90 seconds out of your day and do a true inventory. What is currently going on right now in my life and how do I feel about it? to be really honest with yourself of like, hey, you know what? I don't love this. I don't love my job. I don't love waking up to the partner next to me in bed. I actually don't really like them. I don't love my social circle. I don't love this car I drive. And if you're analyzing it and you're doing an inventory and you say, oh, I hate this, that's honestly perfect, because now you've acquired step one, and now we got to play the video game of what do I actually want? So take a true inventory every single day of a rundown of, do I like this? Does this work for me? And don't get trapped into the, yes, but it could be worse. And like when you go back and forth, you're not really honoring your truest desires. So just own it. I don't like this part of my life. I don't like this pillar of what's going on. And instead of like immediately making changes, we need to still assess, why isn't this working for me? Why doesn't this feel aligned? Maybe at one time I did like it and now I'm not happy anymore. And that's, again, like I said, that's great, because now you get to really, really get clear on what do you want instead. I think sometimes we just are in the rat race, autopilot. Oh, this is my life. I get up, I brush my teeth, I go to work, I blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just so monotonous and we get stuck like we're creatures of habit. But you also may love that. I don't know. Like, everyone's so different. I'm not saying that like every single day needs to be this like holy shit, amazing, wonderful life, but it could. Depending on the lifestyle that you want, you can make anything happen. So really take the time, a true inventory of, am I happy? Do I like this part of what's going on? And if not, get clear on what you actually want. And if you need help getting clear, that's my job as a life coach, is to really help you narrow down, get specific into what you want, what you wish, how to make your dreams a reality. And if you're interested in that, make sure to check the show notes and see the different packages that I offer. The next life hack of manifestations that my guest has been talking about is acknowledging the both and. And what I mean by that is literally getting out a piece of paper and draw a line right down the middle. And on the left-hand side, you're going to write down your current feelings. Just what's going on, the good, bad, the ugly. And on the right-hand side, you're going to write the energy and the wishes that you have. So in this chart, you can acknowledge, I feel like shit, I'm depressed, but I'm also kind of excited about this brunch I have this weekend. Honoring all of the feels. And then on the right-hand side, I wish for a Lamborghini. I also wish for health and happiness of my family. I wish for this promotion, whatever it is. It's just taking a look at the whole picture, because we are humans. We are complex beings. We usually don't just have one emotion. There's a freaking emotions wheel, if you will, of all the things, and that's okay. So in manifestation, it's important to acknowledge all of them, all of the feels, because then that's when like you see any like resistance and limiting beliefs too. So acknowledge the both and if you are aware of the both and, then you can potentially see the limiting beliefs, the barriers, and then after we process that, you can move past it and then just further lean into the feelings of manifestation. The next tip and life hack is making room for your desires. Now, what does making room actually mean? Ask yourself, what do you want to attract? We have to get so clear on what we want, but in order to do that and receive that, you got to go clear out some of your shit. And I mean Clean out your purse. Clean out your wallet, your car, your closet, your junk drawer. Make space and room for your wishes. A guest called this energy leaks, which is like, for example, maybe there's bills that you're supposed to pay and you just haven't paid it yet. You haven't got to it yet. Just the things you haven't got to, those are energy leaks. So really cover your bases and take care of what do I need to clean on my side of the street. Because when I have those leaks, when there's unresolved things, when there's a bunch of clutter, the manifestations can't come through. There's literally no room. So I'm giving you physical, tangible examples of ways to clear the energy, clear the actual things in your house, your car, whatever, so that we can be more open and receiving of our wishes coming to us like a magnet. The next life hack I will share, I just have a couple more for you. This was a really great, I really resonate with this one I'm about to say from a guest. If your manifestation isn't happening yet, like you are just waiting and you're really not stoked. You're just like, oh my God, when is this going to happen? I've been wanting this for months, years, decades, and it's still not happening. You're actually carrying on this energy that is really draining. So it's like your manifestation isn't going to come to you when you are this attached to it. So if, it's okay to yearn for something, but how are you reacting that you don't have it yet? So I would write, take out a notebook, a journal, or Google Docs, whatever you need to do, and say, write out, do I have any yearnings? What's something that I'm like desperately wanting? And then ask yourself, what is my reaction to not already having what I want right now? Maybe it's neutral. Like, I placed the order. Now I'm waiting at the table, just enjoying the scenery, the company I'm with, and I'm not really worried that the kitchen has lost the ticket. Maybe you're in that space where I submitted the order and we're good. Maybe you submitted the order, but you are conscious, like you are continuing to check, is it here yet? Is it here yet? When's it coming? And you're just basically being a Karen. Like, can I have the manager? I don't believe you. I don't believe that it's going to come. And just that anxious, forceful, desperate energy, you're not trusting the manifestation process. You're not trusting the how. And so also journaling in that same aspect, write down what might be holding you back. What are the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors from enjoying your experience of life while you wait? This was a really big thing for me when I interviewed this guest, this episode, because for me, I do have these desires really close to my heart, and I've been wanting them for a really long time, and I personally get frustrated that it hasn't happened yet, and I'm not enjoying the process. And so to take a step back and be like, Paige, while you wait, are you going to be miserable? Life isn't worth it to wait in misery. Because the thing is I can wait for my manifestation and still live my life. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like when girls are kind of just like, say they had a really great date with a guy, and then they're just waiting by their phone, waiting for them to call, waiting for them to text. And they're just like, their hands are on their chin and they're like, oh, will he call? Will he call? Will he call? And it's like, girl, go live your life. Like, have fun. Time flies when you're having fun. So when you're busy, when you're living your life, whether he calls or not, you're not distracted and only focused on the waiting. So what assumptions and beliefs do you have that you're trying to manifest? You know, kind of going back to like this guy or this girl that you want, like a partner. If you're trying to manifest a partner, you have a thought that, no one will love me anyway. Or you have the thought, I'm not going to meet someone attractive and funny. Well, if you have those limiting beliefs, but then you say that you want a partner, it's conflicting, right? So it's really about getting back into the roots of your deep, deep beliefs and choosing a different feeling, choosing a life of abundance. And I'm not going to say it's easy, but it does take a lot of subconscious work once you're ready. When you're ready to make that change, you will be surprised at what comes at your feet. All right, the last couple tips here, because this is already a 20-minute episode and I want to kind of wrap up here. But core values, okay? This is a big, big life hack to manifest, because if you don't know your values, it's just going to be a lot harder than you think. Values are your internal compass of what matters to you. Think about, again, this is another maybe journal, or just think about this. Where am I spending my time, my energy? What do I talk about the most? Do I talk about work a lot? Do I talk about this like annoying friend that I have? Do I talk about how much I love my beach house? Do I talk about how I wish blah, blah, blah was different? Just notice where am I spending my time and energy? And if it doesn't feel good, then you are still making a choice. Now, maybe it's something that like your family or social media wants from you, and it's not actually your needs. So I would get clear on, is what I'm focusing on, is this actually my values, or is this an imposed value? Is this something that I was taught to believe that this is supposed to be important? That's up to you. And so are you making choices based on what someone else wants for you? So I want you to do a true inventory of monitoring your time and energy. Notice, like maybe on a ranking scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, yes, this is great, this is aligned, I love this for me, to 0 of like, oh, this doesn't feel good. Just make a true inventory of what would I like to invest? What would I like to orient my time towards? What would be fulfilling? And your values, remember that this is not a checklist. This isn't a goal. And to give you some context, like, for example, my values are adventure, creativity, authenticity, being an individual, and play. Like, those are just some overall themes of what's important to me. And out of all of those that I listed, I see those being fulfilled in every area of my life, in my career, in my relationships, in my health and fitness journey. Like, all of that is really important to me. And that's when I know I'm in an alignment. So get back to your values and what's really important to you. And then the manifestations will come because we're actually focused on the good feels. All right, the last thing here of a tip, a piece of homework, just a takeaway for you is it's going back to the both and, but don't worry about the how, but you still have to be willing and open to the how. You have to be ready for it. And so in manifestation, it's taboo to be like, don't worry about the how. The how isn't your business, which I do agree with. But I think there's a part of our free will to search for what fulfills us. And, a guest had the example of putting up your antennas and saying, I am ready to receive the how, versus forcing the how, I think is a difference. There's a different energy of like, I am open, I am ready, and asking your divine or asking your higher self, your future self, how is this going to manifest? And asking for guidance is different than like demanding like, oh, it has to be this way. Like in order to get my dream partner or the car or the house, it has to be this way. And, kind of removing that rigidity and just being open to the how. So on one hand, like, don't worry about it. I know that's easier said than done, but also have an openness and willingness to how it will come, and you will be surprised. So don't be so stuck on like, I can't do this. This isn't working. Let that go and just be open, and remember that the divine, the universe, God, I use this all interchangeably here, will take care of you. You are nurtured, you are loved, you are provided for. Even when you can't see it, you can't even see the path, know that you are taken care of. And it will work out even when we can't see it. I know that's super hard for you folks, especially if you've been wanting to manifest something for a really long time and we lose hope, right? But the life hack here is just have your antenna up and say, I am ready to receive the how, and thank you. Giving gratitude. Thank you for what I already have. And I am worthy of wanting more. I desire more, and that's okay. I'm not a selfish, greedy bitch for wanting more of myself and more of my life. Thank you, and I am ready to receive. With that, folks, we're going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for listening to this season. Thank you for listening to my podcast, period. It's been a long journey. I still can't believe this many seasons exist. But I'm also like not surprised at all, because every single season has been a passion project of mine, of my life. And it's really cool to document it, whether it's just me chatting or I'm interviewing with another professional. I'm really grateful for this platform. And I was rereading my reviews the other day, and I'm just so happy. And, thank you so much for giving me 5 stars, and also just having those beautiful comments and reviews. It really warms my heart that I'm making a difference, no matter how small. And yeah, as I just kind of like wrap up 2024, it's been a wild ride. And I can't wait for more seasons to come, because I'm sure as hell gonna grow just like you are. And the next season, I can give you just a little bit of a teaser here, but the next season, which will launch beginning of January 2025, and that's going to be around my yoga journey. And I'm so excited to share that with you, because doing yoga teacher training had really opened the doors to like what's possible, not only for my own personal practice as a yogi, but it just evoked so many different life lessons. And then I was able to really build an actual community that was something that was not a priority, but it ended up just being a byproduct of what happened. So I can't wait for you to listen to that season. And it also might inspire you to become a yoga teacher. And just because you take yoga teacher training doesn't mean you have to teach. It's just really great practice and skills that you could use every single day. Everything I learned in yoga teacher training, I use on a day-to-day basis. And it's not like I teach every single day either. So I just want to throw that out there. But thank you again so much for listening. Check out the show notes of ways to connect with me, work with me one-on-one. I offer a variety of coaching packages, and I'm doing a big sale right now given the holidays. So definitely take advantage now. And I just can't wait to start working with you, chatting with you in 2025. Take care.